Canada just had an election. Now we're really in trouble. Good morning, this is Toad Vlogs, and this is the morning show. And Canadians went to the polls yesterday to vote for a new government. And needless to say, most Canadians voted either for the party that they felt most comfortable with or out of fear. Yes, this campaign was ran on fear. The new Prime Minister is the old Prime Minister because he scared enough Canadians into believing that the big bad boogeyman was coming to get them. The campaign was actually quite boring until the last week when the NDP had this huge surge. Now, if you're not familiar with Canadian politics, the NDP is the Workers' Party. They represent union people, people who work. They do not represent corporations. The Liberal Party, which was supposed to be liberal, is in no way, shape, or form liberal. The Conservative Party, which is supposed to be conservative, is in no shape or way. No, you know what I mean. Conservative. Both those parties are corporate jerk-offs. And I use that word correct. Jerk-offs. That's what they are. They jerk off corporations. Corporations give them money. That's the only thing they are. They're the same party. They have the same policies over and over again. And people are getting sick of them. So the Liberal Party and the Conservative Party used to control Canada. One party would be in charge, the other party would be in charge. And we have actually several other major minor parties that get 10% of the vote or more. And these parties have never even been close. The NDP has got as much as 27%, I think, before of the electoral vote. This time, the Liberal Party was wiped almost off the map. They got less than 17%, and the NDP surged up to almost 31% of the vote. So they become the official opposition. The Bloq Party, which is a French separatist party, was almost wiped off the seat. They controlled Quebec, and now they only have 3 seats. So they were wiped right off the earth. Conservative Party managed to get their first majority. They had 2 minority governments who, in my belief, are the most effective governments we could ever have because they have to actually negotiate. They can't pass anything without negotiating. So there's actual democracy happening with a minority government. Now the Conservatives can push forward all of their corporate agenda, and they will be. Everything that's corporate will be pushed through now because they have enough seats that they can do whatever they want. If you're not familiar what happens in Canada, you don't get to vote for who's in charge. You don't. You get to vote for somebody who has no power whatsoever. And that person then helps pick the leader, and the leader is usually self-determined he's the leader of that party. They make all the decisions, and the party has to follow them 100%, or they get ostracized and kicked out of the party. So you don't actually vote for the leader. You vote for somebody who has no power whatsoever. So Canada's democracy is about as democratic as most dictatorships. We get to vote, but it really doesn't mean anything. So anyways, even though we get to vote and it has so little value, and most Canadians don't vote anymore because of this, there's still major election fraud happening all the time. And the Prime Minister's party is the most guilty of this. In the last election, they were guilty of actually election fraud. They took money that was supposed to be for a certain individual and pushed it into districts where there was more of a chance of that person losing, but claimed it was still in the same district, which is a violation of Canadian election law. And they also a violation of tax law because they were writing it off as tax breaks in the wrong district where it wasn't spent. So they were a violation of 2 major laws there. This time around, on election day, there is not allowed to be any advertising. And Stephen Harper, on election day in the city of Vancouver, which is one of the major cities in Canada, threw out his advertisement to vote for him. He was on during a radio interview, and he said that people, that he was supposed to say, "Get out there and vote." But he didn't. He said, "Get out there and vote for me," which becomes an ad. It's no longer an interview; it became an ad. And the radio host was quick to add, "We encourage you to vote for whoever you want." But Stephen Harper, who's Prime Minister of Canada, violated Canadian election laws. And some people are trying to spin that, it's kind of iffy, blah, blah, blah. No, he violated election laws. There's not allowed to be any advertising put up that day. All the ads have to be pre the election day. There can't be ads on the election day. And he broke that. Again, he is a criminal. You broke the law. And he's going to be our Prime Minister. And we are going to have a lot more corporate laws put through, and a lot more of the middle class are going to be pushed into the lower middle class or into the poverty level. And that's the Stephen Harper way. So yes, I'm very excited that the Workers' Party, the NDP, have got an opportunity to be the official opposition. I would like to have seen them as be in charge, because I think workers really need some of the laws to be swayed towards them, because they've been getting the short end of the stick for a long time, and corporations have been kicking our asses. So I'm kind of excited about this, and at the same time, it's a big kick in the ass. So I myself am an independent. I've been an independent since I left the Conservative Party when I found out that they were a bunch of corporate stooges. And I will continue to be an independent. I will vote for who I think is best for Canada at the time. And I'm not going to, I don't have any party loyalty at all. As far as I'm concerned, we should get rid of the party system altogether, and our representatives should represent us and nobody else. They shouldn't be representing some party that interest may not be our interests. But that's just my vote. Hey, press the subscribe button. It's easy.